Hello Panthers, I'm Zach Quigley along with Coach Wendel. We had a tough game against Waxahachie last week. What are the positives you took away from the game?
Well, we did a few good things. We ran the ball for a lot of yards. I thought our offensive line played well. I thought Landry Songer had quite a few yards. There's typically 5 or 6 plays in a game that make a difference, and I don't think the score was indicative of how close the teams really are. We just had 2 real bad turnovers at the wrong time. I felt like we were going in to score at both of those possessions, and then at the end of the game, we didn't get in down there. I think we left at least 21 points off the board, but you got to give them credit. They played well and played well at home, so give them credit. We've moved on this week.
They are a rival, and it seemed like the game had a charged atmosphere. Mm-hmm. How was it on the field?
Well, it was loud. They had their stands filled, and our kids were ready to play. I thought the emotion was up, and the adrenaline was up, and we just didn't execute as well as we needed to down the stretch, especially on the defensive side. But there were some things offensively as well that we didn't execute that we would have liked to. But it was certainly a good atmosphere to play football in.
How did we come out of the game injury-wise?
Well, we're still pretty banged up, but that's just part of football, and we move on. We've got a lot of guys that are nicked and bruised and hurt, and then we've got some guys that are out. But that's just part of it. We'll just move on and play who can get on the field.
Let's look at some of the highlights from the Waxahachie game.
Good block around the right here. I thought Chris Dickert probably had his best game along with Harrison Perry. Good lead block by the fullback. I believe that was probably Landry Songer, and so it allowed Austin to get a 13-yard run. Then we get down here on the goal line, punch it in on the right side behind Joe and Harrison and Dwayne and Chris Dickert for a 2-yard touchdown run. Have a good toss play to the outside right here. Wesley Lowe with the block. Good block right there by the other slot. I believe that's probably J.T. Cavender. 16-yard run by Nolan. Good boot play right here. Good job by the quarterback getting it off to Landry in the flats. Picks up a first down. Zone option play to the right. Good lead blocking right there. And Austin picks up 21 yards. Good run. Austin tweaked his knee a little bit. Tate comes in at quarterback, drops back for a pass. Nobody's open. Gets 4 yards. A complete pass to Brent McLemore right here on a crossing route. Good footwork by Tate, finding an open guy. Okay, that's the Waxahachie game.
We also have players with us today. First, Dwayne Johnson. What is the toughest thing about playing your position?
Mainly just making a hole for the fullback to run through.
What is your favorite subject in school and why?
It would have to be algebra, because when I was taught algebra or any type of math, I think about money.
How do you remember all your plays?
Repetition.
We also have Nick Pollard. When did you decide to be a football player?
In the 5th grade.
What are the things you're looking for as each play develops?
Just making sure that I'm doing my job.
What do you do before the game begins to get ready?
Just getting my mind right, and as Coach Wendel always says, just envisioning victory after the game.
Coach, this week we're hosting Lakeridge. What do you know about them?
They're a real good football team. They're huge up front from the offensive line. They go to turbo speed offensively and move the ball fast down the field, either 3 and out or get chunk plays. They don't grind it out like we do for 15, 20 play drives. They either score quick or punt the ball and get rid of it. Fly around on defense. They're one of the better teams in our district. Good shot of going to the playoffs. Love to knock them off at home. I know we're playing them at home. We're 2-0 at home, and I'm very much excited about getting on the field and competing against them this week.
Let's take a look at last week's results from teams in our district.
Red Oak lost 45-13 to a Lakeridge team on a Thursday night. Lancaster beat Summit, I think it was by about a touchdown, 38-29, maybe 9 points. Legacy dominated Timberview. I think Timberview had some turnovers there, but Legacy looks like the team to beat in our district.
And this week.
I think Lancaster takes Timberview probably close until halftime, then Lancaster probably pulls away. I think Legacy beats Waxahachie. I think Summit beats Red Oak, probably 2 touchdowns. Lakeridge Midlothian should be a barn burner going into the fourth quarter.
Coach, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Game time is 7:30 Friday night. If you can't make it to the game, you can listen on pantherradio.net.
Great job, guys.